Did you see that? Did you see that Joe Biden couldn't remember where he was just a couple of weeks ago or a week ago?
Can you remember where you were 2 weeks ago?
Well, if I were in Ireland, maybe. You know, could you please play cut 17 for me?
It's a long time ago.
It's a whole week.
Yeah,
Stu.
It's too much.
A whole week.
The last country I've traveled, I'm thinking what's the last one I was in. I've been to 89. I met with 89 heads of state so far.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to think, where was the last place I was? It's hard to keep track.
Listen.
I mean, yeah, you're right, Ireland.
Okay.
That's where it was.
Like a 3-year-old remembered Ireland. A 3-year-old. He's like, and then he gets all creepy. That's right, little girl. How do you know that? 'Cause I was watching you through your windows at night. Creepy old man. I mean, it's weird.
Really weird.
Really weird.
Again, if it was 6 months ago, maybe.
It was last week.
Last week.
Last week. I can't remember the last time. It's like me saying, I can't remember the last time I went potty. I don't know, probably a couple hours ago. Jeez. And when did I go potty last? Well, you just did in your pants.
Did you see the comment from Jen Psaki on, there's an article, I think it was in Axios, about Biden's age, and they were talking about, how some people have noticed that he's 43,000 years old. And Jen Psaki, who is his press secretary, they highlighted comments about that she had about, what was it? It was, I think, the banking crisis. Like, this was a big announcement from Joe Biden because he did it at 9:15. And you're like, wait, 9:15 a.m.? Like, that's notable? And then she said something like, I should get the exact quote, but it was something like, yeah, he never does anything before 9. This is the person who's on his side, now an MSNBC host, but his former press secretary, saying...
But they often say he's done with the business of the day by 9:30.
Yeah, he had a 9:03 lid the other day, and he doesn't do anything before 9. That only gives him 3 minutes.
But 3 minutes is an awful lot of time if you're the president of the United States.
I think it's too much time for him. I think he should do less. Because when he works, things get worse.
You may be absolutely right on that. But listen, he has experience. Because he's so old, he has experience. If the dinosaurs ever come back, he'll remember maybe how they were fought. And maybe he'll save us.
So a Jurassic Park situation plays out.
And they are making woolly mammoths.
Mm-hmm.
They're making woolly mammoth. They're remaking. Can someone please watch a movie from time to time? We're doing all the things every day that we've all seen in huge movies. We're like, oh, well, we'd never do that. We're doing it.
We're doing especially the AI stuff. We're just like, screw it. You know what? What are the odds? What are the odds? Let's just try all these things and see what happens. What are the odds we make one minor mistake? It's very low, right?
Let's take some of that woolly mammoth DA, mix it with some frog DNA, put it in an elephant, see what happens.
And let's try, on top of that, let's try some gain of function research. Let's give that a whirl.
You know what? It didn't work out in China. We should do it in Wisconsin. Whoops.
Yeah.
Did you hear about that?
Oh, they're trying to do it in Wisconsin now.
No. There was a lab leak in Wisconsin.
Oh, gosh.
Okay. But they said, and they never reported it. And they were like, well, nobody got sick. Wait. You should report that right away. We're like, all right, Bill, I guess if weeping, oping, bloody sores open up, give me a call. We'll let everybody know. What are we doing?
That's incredible that we keep talking about this as if it's some past phenomenon. Like, hey, they did that in China. It's still happening. There's been nothing that's stopped it. The only thing that's happened is we're focusing on it more. So maybe there's a lesser chance that we directly fund it. Outside of that,
no.
Directly.
No,
I think the word directly is key.
We weren't directly funding it last time.
Right. I just think there's less of a chance that we would do it now. I think we'd stay the indirect route.
Okay, good. All right. I feel much better.
Yeah.
I feel much, much better. I don't know if anybody saw this. It's in our show prep today. If you get our show prep at glennbeck.com, you'll get all of the news that you need to know. And I'm kind of bypassing a lot of the news because it's Friday. All right? You know the world's on fire. Why do I have to tell you? Honestly, if you're not prepared at this point, what use is me saying, hey, by the way, have you seen the dollar crashed even more? No, there's no real reason for that. Just enjoy your way into insanity. For those who are prepared, let me tell you what they found with deep space. Now listen to this. Man, before I read this sentence, can we just stop writing things in the news and pretending that everyone knows? You know how when they were like, I can't think of any of the terms, but all those terms, those woke terms that came out, were like, what the hell is that word? And everybody was writing it in their news articles, and you're like, I don't even know what that means.
Yeah.
Okay?
They when they introduce new language like that, that's often the way it plays out.
Correct. And things like, we're teaching in third grade now that your little girl can be a boy. And we're telling them that. And we're showing them what to do with all kinds of vegetables and their private parts. And you're like, wait.
You mean gender-affirming care?
Yes.
Right. Okay.
Sorry.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And you're like, wait, am I the only one that didn't know this? No. No one knows it except the experts. And they all pretend like, oh, this has been going on for a long time. Mm-hmm. So let me read this sentence. Thousands of deep space radio signals have made their way to Earth. 50 of them are repeating sources. Wait, hold it. What? Isn't that one of those things that we're looking for? You know, the little space anomaly. It's like, help. And you're like, oh, it's
probably not.
I think I heard help, but listen again. Anybody else calling for help? Nope. Okay. So that was a weird thing that sounded like somebody was crying for help. Okay. We got that all the time. Repeating help. Did you just hear somebody call help? Help. Yeah, I heard it again. Help. Okay. When it repeats, that's something we should probably know about it. Recently detected were 25 new repeating sources, known technically as fast radio bursts from the depths of the universe. The project uses high-power radio telescope in British Columbia to this is a Canadian study. Oh, forget it. Never mind. All right. And the Tucker Carlson.
Wow, you just took the entire country? You just blew off there?
Well, have you seen what's going on in Canada?
They did elect Trudeau.
Yeah. So I'm not really sure if we can take that. Let me tell you about Tucker Carlson's video. Have you seen this morning? He released it, yesterday or night before last? 72 million views. 72 million views. I think that's a little higher than the ratings he had at Fox. 72 million. Now, that should give you great hope, because that's not just the conservatives spreading that one around. That tells you an awful lot. When you couple 72 million views with, what were the ratings night before last? There, Stu?
Gosh, I don't have the numbers in front of me, but they had dropped to the lowest level since 9/11.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, no.
You mean this last September 11th?
No. 9/11, 2001.
Wow.
Yeah, we're going back to almost the 90s.
They have not had ratings that low since before 9/11.
Yes, Glenn, and this will hit maybe not many people in the audience, but will hit you.
Mm.
The ratings on Fox News Channel in the 8 p.m. time slot were lower than our ratings at CNN headline news. Now,
and only people that watched that were people who were trapped in an airport. They were trapped. They're like, I guess I watched his show. It didn't have the sound on, so I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
Jaw-dropping.
What was the number?
It was in the 130s, I think, in the demo, which is, again, what they actually care about.
In a country of 350 million people, 135, let's just be fair, 140,000 people between the ages of 25 and 54 were watching Fox News. That's not good.
Yeah, and I don't know who hosted. I know the first night was Brian Kilmeade. This is not anti-Brian Kilmeade sentiment. They like Brian.
I feel really
they watch
bad
him every morning.
for Brian.
Yeah.
Brian, when they called him up on Friday morning, he said, "Hey, you're gonna fill in for Tucker Carlson tonight." He must have went, "Oh, good God, no, not me. Why am I the one? Oh, you're just testing out the guillotine. That's all you're doing. No problems."
It's an impossible spot for Brian.
Gee,
not his fault at all.
I feel bad for him.
But it is an amazing thing here. People are telling Fox News, hey, this is not okay.